everyone. You are welcome to the third segment of today's show. I'm Patricia Pitt, and I'm here with Anna Pentro. On the third segment of today's show, we'll review stories from the junior graphic. We start with page 4 of the junior graphic, which reads, JHS students educated on plastic waste management. Junior high school students Lilian have been educated on effective ways to manage plastic waste at a seminar in Accra. The students were from the Perfect Break Academy, the Great Ebenezer Memorial School, Medical Education Complex, and Hebrew Preparatory School. The seminar, which was organized by Sankofa Second Site, a non-profit organization dedicated to reducing plastic waste through education and innovation, focus on the dangers of plastic waste, recycling opportunities, and innovative waste management solutions. Ghana orders to battle for $300,000 prize. Ghana is poised to welcome some of Africa's most talented young footballers as it hosts the third edition of the CAF African Football Championship from April 21st to 26th, 2025 at the University of Sports Stadium, Lagos. The prestigious youth tournament will see Ghana and other participating African nations battle it out for an enviable top prize of $300,000, with the first and second runners-up receiving $200,000 and $150,000 respectively. This year's event marks a historic moment as it will be the first time a West African country is hosting the final. The competition debuted in South Africa in 2023 before moving to Tanzania in 2024. Launched in April 2022 by CAF President Dr. Patrice Motsepe in Mozambique. The initiative aims to foster a continent-wide competitive school football culture while keeping young Africans engaged in education and sport. It is open to boys and girls under the age of 15. Today's column is from Auntie Betty, and it says, he still glances at me. Dear Auntie Betty, I am a 13-year-old junior high school teacher student in the Volta region. One of my mates, who is a boy, always says at me whenever I raise my head in class. His says make me uncomfortable and I am unable to concentrate in class. I do not know why he does that. When I told my friend about it, they said he wanted to get close to me. I think he is up to something. We do not live in the same neighborhood, but I have realized that he comes there very often because I see him every time I am sent on an errand. What should I do? So this is an end to those 55 minutes. Make sure you grab a copy. We go for a short break, and when you return, the starting segment will be next. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
amazing newspaper segment. I really enjoyed the talk to Auntie Betty.
I also enjoyed the talk to Auntie Betty. On the Students' Lounge for today, we are discussing smart devices and their impact on the youth and also in the society. So we know that smart devices has helped improve our life and also helped easy communications. So Kachi, what do you know about smart devices?
Okay, so smart devices such as smartphones, smart watches, and connected home gadgets have rapidly transformed our daily life. And also with internet access, artificial intelligence, and advanced connectivity, these devices offer convenience, instant communication, and access to vast information. So that's all I can say on the topic for now.
Okay, so in order to know more about smart devices and their impact on the youth and the society, we have here
Mr. Cyril Opoku Asante, a teacher and an IT personnel as well. So you are welcome to the discussion segment.
Thank you very much. I'm actually honored to be here. I've followed through with what you've been doing, and it sounds amazing. I think I was actually paying attention to the newspaper review, and there were some stories in there that was a bit catching. And I know you paid attention to the Auntie Betty one, which was also a problem. But in any way, I'm honored to be here.
So we hope you are doing.
Well, I'm good. So far, so good.
Okay, so we hope we heard the topic, smart devices and their impact on the youth and society.
Yes. Uh,
Can you tell us what smart devices are?
Yes, I laughed a bit because this topic is something that a lot of people have not actually dealt into very well. Yes, the use of smart devices. First of all, we need to understand what smart devices are. Okay, so we can say smart devices are devices that are equipped with intelligence that has the capability of interacting with users. So I saw you were making some examples. You were mentioning smartphones. You were mentioning smartwatches. You were mentioning there are other examples as well. There is the smart board. There are some schools that well-to-do schools have employee services of companies that provide them with smart boards. So what the smart boards do is that, for instance, when you're in class and you're learning graph, okay, instead of plotting everything on the board, there is a screen that has user interaction that the lecturer or the teacher uses to map out everything. That makes it easier for you to see. There's just some other examples as well. And then there is also smart TVs. There is also voice assistants as well. And you also made mention of artificial intelligence. So those are all some examples of smart devices. Yes, and we've already defined what smart devices are.
Okay, so Steph, what was the whole idea about the invention of smart devices?
Well, the whole initiative with the invention of smart devices, I think, is humans trying to play God. But I think part of the reason, I'm just assuming, part of the reason of inventing smart devices was to make our lives easier and a bit more easygoing. So let me cite some examples. Growing up, I didn't really have any phone, mobile phone to talk about, because now we call it a smartphone, but before it was called a mobile phone. So the first phone that I actually got access to, and even that one I didn't buy myself, it was somebody's phone I was tagging, was a Motorola C123. Now, yes, you don't know what a Motorola C123 is, but it's basically a very small phone produced by Motorola with a blue screen with a keypad that goes inside when you press. Yes. So that was the first phone that I used. It didn't even have camera, it didn't even have connectivity to internet, nothing. That is what we started with before the invention of smart devices started coming, and it came along with social media. You see, so it made our lives easier in such a way that when I was using that Motorola C123, whenever I need to contact somebody I've seen for a very long time, I need to pick the phone and make an actual call. But now, imagine I miss my sister or my auntie or anybody who lives in the States. Now I pick up a smartphone, go to WhatsApp, dial the person's number, and then I video call the person and I see the person in real time. That was the idea behind the invention of smart devices. Another example would be televisions. When I was growing up, I grew up in Ashaiman. Now, in Ashaiman, usually in the evenings, when we close from school and come back, everybody has to go and bath, do their homework, and then in the evening, people come and gather in my grandma's house to watch black and white TV. That was analog TV, what we used to call Tikopo TV. So a little bit later, we go to the Technicolor TV, where you need to actually put a cloth or something in front of it before you can get some color to it. But now we have smart TVs. Smart TVs in the sense that maybe there is a content on my phone that I want to watch, but I want a bigger screen. So my TV is a Samsung Smart TV. I can pair my TV with my phone, and then just project whatever I'm watching on my phone onto the TV screen to watch. Another example is this smartwatch that I'm wearing. Okay, this is an Apple smartwatch. I remember some time ago I was fetching water to go out and do something, and I slipped and fell. But I realized my watch kept buzzing. It kept vibrating. I didn't know why. So all of a sudden, what I realized was I had family members calling me to ask why I was calling them. So what the watch did was that it noticed my vitals were in distress, and then it called all my emergency contacts all at once. So you see, with the invention of the smart device, you're able to get needed medical assistance at a moment's notice. Imagine I fall and then I was dying, and the phone didn't contact anybody in my family. Then I will just be there, I will die, nobody will know that I'm dead. So the invention of smart devices came with certain mindsets to it. Yes.
Wow, this is very wonderful. Excuse me, let's we no patient. Now before we go, let's take the idiom of the week.
Oh, Eva, what's wrong?
So far, my entrance is not going well.
Oh, sorry, hang in there.
What does it mean?
It was an expression we learned in school during the week, which means don't give up.
Thank you. I'll try harder.
This was the expression for the week. We were your hosts, Amirabel Agbenyega and Felicity Apia.
And Madam Sarah into.
Catch us same time next week. Bye.
Kojo,
Yes, mommy.
could you please get me the new Onga chicken tablet from Auntie AC?
Okay, mommy. Then you what?
Ah. Onga chicken tablet, Onga chicken.
Tablet onga, chicken 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 tablet onga. Auntie AC.
Yes, Kojo, what do you want?
Introducing the new Onga Chicken Tablet, which adds natural chicken taste to not only your chicken dishes, but to all your favorite dishes. Spice up your meals with the new Onga Chicken Tablet. Onga, Mama's helping hand. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back from the break.
That's amazing. The idiom was so insightful. Hang in there, which means don't give up.
So before we went for the break, our guest was giving us a brief on smart devices. So sir, please, what are some impacts of smart devices?
Okay, so if we're looking at the impact of smart devices, we can say that we have to look at the positive and the negatives all together. Okay, now let's take the smartphone for instance. One positive impact of a smart device, we can say ease of access or easy access to information. Okay, I remember growing up, whenever you need information, you need to go and buy graphic and read like a whole graphic, sometimes about 10-15 pages and read. You need a storybook you have to go and buy. Now you can just take your phone, Google ebooks, or even go to ctfmonline.com or go to myjoy online, and you get all the news you need just at the tip of your fingers. Okay, another positive impact of smart devices, we can say it has enhanced communication. Okay, let's say for instance you travel abroad. I'm in Ghana, we need to communicate. Okay, so instead of actually taking phone to make phone calls, sometimes I don't want to hear your voice, I want to see you and make sure you're okay. That is where the smartphones come in. Okay, another positive impact can be convenience. I remember some time ago, or most often late nowadays, whenever the weather is very hot, people struggle to sleep. This is where convenience comes in. With the invention of smart devices, we have air conditioning. So when the weather is very hot, I don't care. I enter my house, take my remote, turn it on, lie down, open my legs, open my arms, and now sleep like a baby. Convenience. Okay. But these are all positives. Now, there are also negatives because people seem to dwell only on the positives most of the time. What are some of the negatives? One negative that I can think about from the top of my head is it limits you socially. Because if you're somebody who is always with your face in smart devices, your face in smart devices, you don't get person to person contact. And as human beings, we need person to person contact to actually survive. Okay. Now, a lot of the youth are living all their lives on smart devices. So you see them eating, they are holding smartphone. You see them crossing road, they are holding smartphone. You see them even some people are going to the washroom and they are holding smartphone and they are Facebooking on the toilet. Pardon my words. Okay, where our lives has been entwined with smart devices, so it is limiting us socially. That is one negative that a lot of people are not seeing. Okay, another negative is that it has actually exposed criminals to a whole system. When we were growing up, crime was on the rise. People were kidnapping, stealing. If you needed to go to a ritualist to perform ritual, you have to go to a village in a corner somewhere. But now with the invention of smart devices, even ritualists are sending Facebook requests. You can be at home and then you see a Facebook request of Malam, whatever, whatever. And then you accept it, and then he's trying to promote money doubling business. That is how easy smart devices have made it. So it becomes a negative. Okay. So parents can't even, or parents don't even know the dangers their kids are facing because of these smart devices. And another negative, the smart devices have become like secondary parents to these children. A lot of parents, because they don't have time for their kids, just buy tablets and give to them, just to stop them from crying or complaining, or so that they don't get to spend time with the kids. And it's creating so many problems. Okay, those are all negatives. My daughter, for instance, uses an iPhone. I also use an iPhone. Okay. Now, what happens is that her phone is linked to my phone. In order to control how she uses the phone without being too controlling, what I do is that because the phone is linked to mine, my phone is programmed to go off by 9 p.m., which means that her phone also goes off by 9 p.m. I am only allowed 5 hours of social media time in a day, which means that when my social media platform shut off, hers will also shut off. And in the event that I need to know where she is, I'll just take the phone, go to the map section, and then I can locate her anytime. This is not being controlling. This is making sure that as our kids are using the smart devices, it is being controlled. So you realize that everything has taken me into some small advice I want to give to parents. Parents need to know that smart devices are supposed to help us be smarter. But in the event that we start dwelling so much on it, smart devices become smarter and we become dumber. Okay, so the smart devices are good, but we need to watch how we let the kids engage with it. So give them the smart devices, but learn to engage yourself in whatever they are using it for. And it makes it easier for you to be able to dictate or see what they are doing with these devices so that they don't become over reliant on them. One question I want to pose to you: when was the last time you were given a project work that you typed it yourself without going and copying everything from Wikipedia and pasting? You're smiling because you know you're smiling because you know what I'm talking about. It's true. Nobody wants to do hard work anymore. Chat GPT, Wikipedia. Nobody wants to invest time anymore. You see. So now we need to go back to traditional systems. And I urge parents to start learning that and not make kids over reliant on smart devices.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me. The conversation was very insightful anyway. And I hope we get to do it again another time.
Yes, so that will be fun.
That was very interesting. So we learned a lot, and I hope you also learned a lot.
We come to the end of the discussion segment. Hope to see you same time next week. Bye.
Hello, fellow maths. Welcome to the math segment on the Student Sound. I'm Isaac Ejekum. Our topic for today is fraction. Under fraction, we are solving mixed fraction. Our question is 7 whole number 3 over 7 minus 5 whole number 2 over 7. we first of all put them in improper fraction. In putting them in improper fraction, we multiply the denominator with a whole number and add the numerator to it, which will be 7 times 7 will be 49, plus the 3 will be 52. Since the denominators are the same, we maintain the 7. Then we bring our operational sign. After we solve for the other one too. In solving for the other one, 7 times 5 will be 35, plus the 2 will be 37. So 37 over 7. After putting them in improper fraction, we subtract the numerators. In subtracting the numerators, 52 minus 37 will give us 15 over 7, since the denominators are the same. After getting this answer, we put our final answer in mixed fraction. We find the number of times 7 will go into 15. The number of times 7 will go into 15 will be 2. So we write 2 as our whole number with a remainder of 1. We maintain our denominator 7. This is our final answer. Thank you for joining.
Yes. What do you do?
I run a sole proprietorship providing assistance to the food industry. I'm into transportation and distribution of hygienically packaged dairy-based nutritional delicacies which provide refreshment to Ghanaians from all socio-economic and age groups. The transport I provide is eco-friendly with zero gas emission as it runs on human energy.
What's on yogurt?
Pa.
Shine your hustle every day with the goodness of Fan Yogurt. So cool, so good. This advertisement is FDA approved.
Hold up. Break some news. Today, I have to talk about the Africa by season 3. Wow, people got me. They are seriously rooting for our very own Semental Academy. Yes, they are making us all proud with some amazing moves. The final session is today. And if they make it, they would advance to the final. Let's keep voting for them by dialing *203#. And don't forget to enter their code number, 65. Okay, let's go for some of their moves. Wow, handsome, energy, and mad as you. I bet you if you try, you will collapse. Don't forget to vote. The food again is *713#203#. And enter their code number, 35. That's all for today. You are your host, Amphisa Fazi, and I'm Stephanie Song. Catch us in 10 minutes. Bye. Hello lovely people of Ghana, welcome to the weekly news segment, where we bring you weekly news top stories around the globe in 50 seconds. We are your host and Vincent, and I'm Nobody Mandela. On the local headlines, Ghana Education Service announces 5-day optional Easter break for SHS2 students. We don't want a be bright as Mayor Temayus Mohammed. Former Deputy Energy Minister slams government over utility tariff hikes. Pharmaceutical Society vows to sanction invest over illicit opioid trade. Feed Ghana will be research-driven and climate-sensitive, says President Mahama. PURC recovers over 835,000 Ghana cedis revenue from NETCO. Ghana Olympic Committee and Commonwealth Games Federation hold successful extraordinary congress. On to the foreign top stories. Results of Gabon's first poll. Who polls to be known soon. Death is everywhere. Sudan camp residents shelter from attacks. U.S. pastor nabbed during church service in South Africa. Tanzania's main opposition party banned from election. U.S. Special Envoy meets Putin as Trump urges Russia to get moving on Ukraine ceasefire. That was all for your weekly review for today. Make a date with us same time next week as we bring you more top stories in 2 seconds. Say bye for now.
We come to the end of today's show. We hope you got some interesting and exciting now. See you same time next week. Say bye for now. Bye.